Hello, everyone. My name is Zach McGrory. My group consists of three other members, Alyssa, Tanner, and Raj. While we were reading What Isn't for Sale, 2012, an article by Michael J. Sandel, we came to a realization that some will come to pretty crazy lengths for money. So we thought we would delve into some situations people are in to commit crimes or to go to beggary. Is a beggar. A beggar is also known as a panhandler, is a person who begs for money or food. For example, people out driving around town or people just walking might see a beggar on the side of the road or a street asking for food or money. Oftentimes they'll hold out a sign saying, "Anything helps, God bless." Why would a person beg? A person might resort to begging for multiple reasons. They might have some physical or mental disability and can't get a job. They may be a lazy person hoping to get free money instead of working, or they might have a bad lifestyle like gambling and they need more money than they are making. One big problem with beggars, especially homeless ones, is that they sometimes gather together in a section of a city, usually a big one, and make a so-called neighborhood of their own. The most well-known homeless so-called neighborhood is Skid Row, a very rundown of Los Angeles that is home to more than 17,000 people, almost all of them homeless. Another problem with beggars is that they don't seem to clean up after themselves. Often the city has to pay people to clean up trash that the homeless people leave behind, and sometimes the city will pay beggars who made the mess money to clean up. If nobody cleans it up, it accumulates and makes the place look run down and unsanitary. There are many ways to decrease panhandlers. An efficient way would be not to give out handouts. It might seem selfish, but the sad truth is when the population of homeless people increase, violent crimes and drug abuse increases. So we as a community need to help homeless people get off their feet, but not give them free handouts. If we were able to create or expand homeless shelters so people are off the streets and are in sheltered places, an example in the 1980s, New York introduced a permanent supportive housing, had lowered the homeless count. We could try to help them stay clean and help them get off their feet so they can support themselves, to become a functioning member of society rather than living in a tiny box and needing to beg for their whole life. By creating new jobs for homeless people, we as a community would be helping them get off their feet rather than just giving free handouts. The National Coalition for the Homeless provides job counseling and jobs. They'll also be given counseling to find a job that fits for them. With jobs being more available, that will also decrease the homeless population. In 2017, over 80% of homeless and panhandlers abuse substances. If we were to help them keep off substances, they would stay clean and do. In 2017, over 80% of panhandlers and homeless people abuse substances. If we were to help them keep off substances, they would stay clean. With the decrease of substance abuse, violent crimes would decrease since over 60% of people who abuse drugs commit violent crimes. So if we were able to help them stay clean with counselors, their chances of being able to keep a job increases. There are various types of crimes people commit for money. The most common form of crime in the world is theft. There are many forms of theft, one of them being petty theft, which means the property stolen that had a low value, like under $500. This includes the majority of shoplifters. Anything stolen above the value would be considered grand theft. Another common form of theft is identity theft. In 2014, 17.6 million U.S. residents experienced identity theft, and it has become more severe over the years. More serious forms of crimes being committed for money, such as violent crimes. A murder happens every 35 minutes, according to the FBI crime clock statistics. This means a lot of families are impacted by violent crimes. Some of the people committing the violent crimes might be affiliated with a gang. An example of a violent crime would be a robbery. Robbery is the theft with the use of threat or force. A robbery takes place every minute and 30 seconds. Daily users of heroin, crack cocaine, or powdered cocaine are likely to report that they committed their criminal offense for drug money. So a faction of these people who are committing theft do it to support their drug habit. The motivation to commit theft for money is also very common among the offenders who lack access to legitimate income. Some of these people who lack income have families they need to support as well, making their situations even more stressful. Committing theft is most likely triggered by a person's economic condition, which could happen to anyone. Imagine losing your job and having no money in your savings. Then you can't find a job in time to pay the rent, leading to eviction. If you don't have anywhere to crash, you become homeless. Depending on the weather conditions, your living environment could be harsh. 700 people die of hypothermia each year from living on the streets. Most of the people are homeless that feel that they don't have resources to change their current situation. Otherwise, they would ask. Ask yourselves, you ever seen someone homeless that looked happy? Some of the issues with people committing crimes for money would have to be the effect they have on the world around them. Whether you steal someone's personal belongings or the belongings from an organization, this will have a negative impact. You could be cause of putting someone out of business or taking someone's life. Walmart alone loses $3 billion a year to theft. In 2017, 1.28 million people committed violent crimes in the U.S. People need to think twice before committing crimes, especially violent ones. We can prevent crime by making the community recognize the crimes that are happening every day, like help make a neighborhood watch, which cause less break-ins and theft. Neighborhood watch has slow dropped the rate of petty crimes in New York from 89 to 78%. For people that commit crimes, there has to be a punishment. The punishment can't be too rough, but has to teach them a lesson for them not to do it again. For example, if someone is charged with possession of firearm, they should not do 20 to 25 years in prison. That is too harsh, but they serve time to pay for the actions that they have done. He was caught with a firearm. They didn't harm anyone. He was just in possession of it. I'd say he should serve. States have different laws. States have different laws and rules than other states. For example, in some states, there are stricter gun laws than other states. California has some of the strictest gun laws. California, compared to other states like Texas, they have not as strict gun laws. California has not as many guns by death than Texas. California has a rate of firearm death of 7.9 per month, compared to Texas that is 12.1 per month. We can tell what states are better than other states by national polls in every state that they have. We can tell what states are better than other states by national polls. In every state they answer the same questions and polls come up which state is better. We can get states to follow other states' footsteps by showing them how one state is solving crimes and has less repeat offenders, and by getting people to get out and vote. Programs built in the prison have been assisting people that have done a crime and made it so they do not become a repeat offender. The programs have slowly been bringing down the percentage of repeat offenders from 2005 with 77% of people being a repeat offender and in 2008 being 68%. Thanks for listening, and that's all, folks.
No, it's like right here.